We're back today with another race in FFRL Fast Fridays Racing League, and today we've got the 7th round of the season, the Mexico City Grand Prix, and this is the second of the two sprint events for this season, which is why we're sat here on the grid 16th, and yeah, it's reverse championship order, and that will decide the grid for the main race. So yeah, we are 16th, actually third from last. We've got Gamer Plays behind us, but also the new driver of JDM, who moves down from tier 1. So yeah, they start at the very back of the grid. But yeah, Mexico, a track I do enjoy a lot more than, well, the two tracks I was moaning about last week, which were Miami and Bahrain. Yeah, I much prefer this track. I mean, it's near enough perfect. I think if it just wasn't for that little Mickey Mouse hairpin in the stadium section, I'd enjoy this. I think this would be right up there as like one of the very best tracks on the calendar. But you know, it's still very good. I very much enjoy driving it, and yeah, I was hoping, even though we're starting quite far back here, that we'd be able to make up some good ground here and get a good starting position for the main race. As yeah, we're ready to start now then, and we've got the lights coming on now. And we are underway then for this sprint, and it was a very good start there from Rolly in the Alpine there just in front of us, as we've got Liam dropping back as we have this very long run towards the first corner now. And yeah, could well be some carnage here. In fact, there's already some carnage there before we even got to the first corner. We're still on this inside line, we're quite cautious, and there's predictably been an accident and then another one there, and we're just trying to tiptoe our way through. And look at that, we're already up into 7th position. So yeah, just trying to keep it nice and cautious in those first few corners. Paid off very nicely, and we're already up 9 positions there. So yeah, worked out quite nicely, and it set us up quite nicely for the rest of this sprint as we see the replay then. And yeah, it's just sort of, there's almost like just an inevitability about these sprint races and like them causing accidents. Obviously, like, there's no on-track running before this. You know, you got all the guys who are like lower down in the championship starting at the front, and yeah, it's just like a recipe for disaster, I think, in turn 1. But certainly, you know, mixes things up a bit, as yeah, we just tiptoed our way through it and came out unscathed, and yeah, a lot higher up than we started the race. So yeah, that was good for us there. Not so much for our teammate Mando, sadly, who I believe picked up damage before we even reached the first corner there because of whatever was going on in the middle of the straight on the run to the first corner. But yeah, we're catching up to the back of Jim now then, and we've got the run here down towards turn 4, and on the brakes we've got this move done then, and we're up into 6th. So yeah, we just keep on making progress here, and it's already turning into a very promising event here for us then, as yeah, we're right on the back then of this battle with about 4 cars here, so this will put us right up into about 2nd place if we can clear these cars. As we've got Murphy then, who did start on pole there, just I think a little bit too late on the brakes, tapped the back of Tombstone and spun out. So that is yet another place gain for us then, up into 5th already, and we're only on lap 3. And then next time round we've got John here making the move on Tombstone for 3rd. Yep, and Tombstone lagging a little bit there, so whilst I had thought about making a move there, decided to back out of that one. We should have a good chance though, because they won't have DRS here then down this next straight towards turn 4. So yeah, this should be a fairly straightforward move for us then, and yeah, we'll do what we did before then on the inside line. Yeah, just getting it done on the brakes, although Tombstone does try to fight back there, so we did have to leave a little bit of space in turn 5, but we did manage to find a bit more grip running outside, and we're up into 4th place then with the leader already in our sight. So yeah, this could be a good result for us still then. As you can see, by lap 5 we're already running nose to tail then for the top 5 or 6 here then, and yeah, we'll see then what we can do as we're in a bit of a DRS train now then. Got a good run here actually on Project and John here then. Could be 3 wide here towards the first corner, but I braked quite a bit earlier there than I maybe needed to, but that was probably for the best there, because yeah, they did start to tangle a bit. I think a little bit of damage there for John, and Project does push us out a little bit there, but we are going to get through then and up into third place. We do have a good run here on John as well, but just not quite close enough there on the brakes to make it stick, as we're just making sure we keep Project behind, and well, a little bit of a tap there, but yet nothing major, and we get away with it, and we're up into third place now then. So yeah, it's turned into a very nice result for us so far then, and still a few laps to go. But yeah, this was just the story of these few intervening laps. We just couldn't really make any progress here because we were, the third car on the train. So yeah, the car in front of us had DRS. So yeah, we were struggling to really make any progress down that long straight. I was just like halfway down, just deciding to save the battery just for when we might need it later on. So yeah, it was just sort of biding my time a little bit here and seeing if there would be an opening that would appear in these closing stages. But yeah, Rowley then, who, don't forget, started alongside us on the grid, he is defending the lead quite nicely. So yeah, they've had a fantastic sprint so far as well then. But yeah, it's all going to come down then to the final lap, it looks like, because John is really putting the pressure now on Rowley, and yeah, it's all going to get very tight, it looks like, as we head into the final lap. John already making the move then in the final corner and is going to take the lead, and I believe is also going to have DRS here as well then, down this long straight. And well, they both sort of compromised each other's lines a little bit, so that gave us a much better run this time. So we are going to make it 3 wide then on the inside line towards turn 1, and we get the brake in just right, I think, a little bit of contact, but we are through and into the lead of the race then. A yellow flag, so I believe Rowley did spin out there. Didn't quite work out what happened there, but I think certainly from my perspective it felt like I did make a legit move there, because I braked at a reasonable time. We'll see it again here. It wasn't a late lunge. I was very clearly alongside. They did actually make a little bit of contact between the two of them there, and yeah, I feel like maybe one or both of them sort of pinched me towards, well, pinched us all there. I feel like I was consistent on my line on the inside, and I braked at a reasonable time, so I feel like I didn't really do anything wrong there. I mean, could say I should have backed out of it and there wouldn't have been a collision, but why bother racing if that's the case? So yeah, we do take the sprint victory then, and that will be pole for the main race. At the time of recording, I haven't seen any kind of stewards inquiry for that instance, so I would hope I'm in the clear with that. Like I say, I feel like it was a legit move. I'm not someone who likes to win by dirty driving, so if I felt I was in the wrong, then I'd certainly say I was sorry for that, but I feel like it was a fair enough move on my end. So yeah, regardless then, we will be on pole position for the main race, and yeah, we'll see if we can convert this pole position then into the victory. It's looking like it could well be a 2-stop then. This is one of the tracks where I think it is certainly a lot more viable compared to the 1-stop, but we'll have to see how things go then. If we can try and make them last longer, then it could be the better option to do the 1-stop here. We'll just have to wait and see how things play out. But yeah, it's been a very long time since we have started a league race from pole position. I'm trying to think when it would have been, because I don't think I ever even had one in WOR in the whole time I raced in that. So I think it must have been during FXR on F1 2020 when we last started a league race from pole position. So it's been a very long time. We'll have to see if we can convert it. I mean, this is probably the worst track to actually take pole position in terms of hanging on to it at the start, at least anyway. So yeah, we could well be under a lot of attack here then towards the first corner. I know Rowley wasn't too happy about this sprint incident, which is understandable because he was the one who spun out there, but I mean, I don't know if that was upset aimed at me or not, but yeah, they'll regardless be looking to put it right then in the race, as we've got the lights on now and we are underway then for the Mexico City Grand Prix. We've had a pretty decent launch there off of the line from pole, certainly better than John, who was alongside us, but it is Rowley then who has had the good start from 4th and is going to be alongside us then towards the first corner, and yep, goes for it straight away then into the lead of the race, and yeah, we'll just have to tuck in behind them then for the time being. No one else able to get close enough to make the move there, as it was a little bit of an incident behind us there, I think in the midfield, but yeah, we'll find at the front then as Rowley a little bit wide there into turn 4, but yeah, there was no way through for us, and we'll just have to see then how our pace is looking in this opening part of the race, see if there's a chance to retake that lead in these next few laps, as we will see then the start once again. And yeah, I think it was, you know, a perfectly fine start from us then, but you know, Rowley's been good off the line in both these races, so both the races this evening I should say, and yeah, had a good run there. It wasn't even really a case of getting a good slipstream, because yeah, they were just alongside very quickly there, and yeah, went for it on the brakes, and yep, into the lead of the race they went, as yeah, it was side by side behind between John and JDM. Williams just decided to go straight on there at the start. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, that was obviously not good for them. As we skip on to lap 4 now then, where we're, you know, still staying within DRS range here then of Rowley, so it's looking like this battle is still very much on then, as he goes wide there into turn 1, and we're just doing a little bit of a flip-flop here then through the first couple of corners, and yeah, we've got that move done then, and we're back ahead into the lead of the race for the time being. But yeah, we'll have to see if we can build a gap now, because yeah, if not, we'll be back under attack then in the next DRS zone, well, on the next time on the main straight anyway. And as you can see, we were like 7/10 ahead there, but yeah, the gap is just coming down very quickly as we save at the battery there towards the first corner. Rowley's gone for it again, and we're once again side by side in these first few corners, but we are just about hanging on, are we? JDM is joining in on the fight as well now then, as we go defensive towards turn 4, but Rowley's got it done then. Or has he? Because he's gone deep there, and we are going to retake it, but JDM was also alongside us there, so had to leave, you know, a bit of space for, you know, 1 maybe 2 cars there in turn 5, but luckily we all made it through there, and we are still in the lead as we see it again then. And yeah, even if you've got like a 7 or 8/10 lead, you know, on this track, you know, that long straight, you can be easily under attack still by, well, when you get to turn 1, so yeah, we have to watch out for that. And yeah, that allowed Rowley the chance then, but yeah, just a little bit too late on the brakes, as JDM was also attacking us there, but we thankfully just about managed to hang on and yeah, maintain the lead for the time being. But yeah, this battle is far from over then, as yeah, JDM is now right behind us then in the slipstream and goes to the racing line this time, and yeah, sweep from the outside, a little bit deep again, but yeah, should have this move done then. We are going to try and do a little bit of a switchback then through turns 2 and 3, and whilst we won't have DRS here then, we did have a great run, and that's allowed us to get back ahead for the time being. But down towards turn 4 it's going to be very tight once again, because we're on the outside line this time, but that does become the inside line for turn 5. So yeah, we are just about hanging on to this lead then, and yeah, we maintain our position still. And yeah, it's going to be a very long afternoon though, it's looking like, with yeah, just only 6 laps down, and yeah, just non-stop chopping and changing there for the lead. But yeah, next time around JDM does get the move done, and it looks like Rowley is also close enough then to get second as well, so we drop down to 3rd here then temporarily, which well, we hope it'll be temporarily and we can, you know, fight back here. But yeah, it was almost nice to be able to just sit behind for a lap here, because yeah, we were the one who was constantly under pressure there, as Rowley now takes the lead from JDM there. And yeah, it was just nice to not be the one under pressure for a lap there. And also, I underfueled the car quite a bit, so I sort of did want to have maybe like a lap or 2 to try and save a bit of fuel, because I was sort of hoping there would be an early safety car that would make it a little bit easier for me to, you know, get back, you know, into the green there. But yeah, this did give us a little bit of a chance to save fuel then, and just lift a little bit early as we head into the stadium section. But then JDM runs wide, and I went off in sympathy there almost. But yeah, that's allowed John to get back into the battle, and it's also allowed Rowley to build up a little bit of a lead there then. So that's worked out quite nicely there for the Alpine driver, and we'll see now then if we can get past, get the V-carb then down this long pit straight this time. But it looks like yeah, he was using quite a bit of battery as well there then, so we'll see if we can get close enough, or if we'll just have to try and save a bit and go for it again down towards turn 4. We were alongside, he's gone a little bit deep there, so we'll once again see if we can do this little switchback move. But yeah, the exit wasn't the best that time, so may have to just sit back here and yeah, wait for the next lap to go, try and launch another attack here. As he's, well, very sideways there on the brakes, but just about manages to stay ahead of us then. So yeah, we will have to probably wait until the next lap then to make the move. But crucially there, Rowley lights up the rear tyres and slides off the road. I'm not sure if that was a brake board or a bit of damage there that was being kicked up, but yeah, Rowley then certainly lost the lead there, and yeah, that's just another twist then in this race. We're only on lap 9 of 36, so not even a quarter of the way through yet. And we see then side by side JDM and Rowley there banging wheels for the lead. Looks like it's just about Rowley then who's getting ahead as we're joining in on the action as well with the DRS here. And it looks like we are back up into second position as yeah, JDM fights back, but we're just about holding on the inside line, or are we then? Because round the outside into turn 6, it looks like, well, he almost managed to stick out there on the outside, but we just about managed to hang on then. And yeah, we'll see if we can resume this fight then with Rowley then for the race lead. And yeah, we're right on the tail then of the Alpine as we cross the line then to start lap 10. And we should have a great run here then down the pit straight towards turn 1. And we'll see then if we can get this move done. He goes right over to the inside line there, so we'll try and sweep round on the racing line. And it looks like, well, we're just a little bit deep there on the brakes, so that hurt us a little bit. And it looks like Rowley might just be able to have enough here to hang on to the position. We will have another helping of DRS here though towards turn 4, and on the inside line we should get this move done now then. Although Rowley's very late on the brakes once again, a little bit of wheel banging, and we've got cars on both sides there as we were heading into turn 5, but we just about somehow managed to come out unscathed and in the lead. So yeah, it's just been non-stop action so far in these first 10 laps. As yeah, at the end of that lap JDM does pit then, so that would suggest a 2-stop strategy I think there, as we were getting called into pit, but I think we're going to try and hang on to these tyres a few more laps if we can, as now Rowley is going for it once again and into turn 1. We're going to be side by side as we leave space there, and yeah, it looks like he's just about edging ahead. And well, look who it is in third place then, Gamer Plays, the championship leader. And yeah, we've all been squabbling, and that's just, yeah, and he's going to punish all of us now then. And yeah, as Rowley runs wide there, yeah, the Red Bull driver is going to, as they've so often this season, take the lead of the Grand Prix, and on hard tyres as well. So yeah, they're doing something different to all of us as well then, up at the front. As yeah, it's Rowley down to second, me down to third, and I was already, well, I was starting to slide about a bit on those tyres, but overall they didn't feel terrible, even though they were quite badly worn. So even though Rowley did pit there, I decided to stay out another lap. I thought ideally I could, if I could do like another couple of laps here, then I could go over to hards on like lap 13, and I felt confident that those would be able to go the 23 laps to the end. But this is going to change things quite a bit then, because the safety car has been deployed, and well, that certainly does me a bit of a favour in terms of saving fuel there, but also now this does give us a great opportunity to put the hard tyres on without losing too much time here. And we'll see now then if we can take them to the end of this race. That will be the goal I think for us here then, as we come into the pits here to change. And yeah, it's not an ideal time really for Gamer Plays to pit there, I don't think, but he did come in and crucially there picked up a 10-second penalty, which I can only assume was for speed in the pit lane there. So that is going to have hurt them quite badly. But yeah, I don't know if their plan was to 2-stop or to 1-stop there, but either way I don't think that was really the ideal time for them, well, for a safety car for them. So yeah, that was going to hurt them already quite badly, but then also the 10-second penalty as well. So yeah, a double whammy there I think for them, as we just are behind Top Welder there, who I believe had already pitted and had, you know, had been making a good undercut work there. So they will now be in the lead then, as Gamer decides to come in to clear that penalty there. So that is going to drop them quite a long way down the field then, as we get ready for this safety car restart then. On lap 14 it's going to be Top Welder leading the way, but we'll definitely be pitting again in this race. And then yeah, me in second, hopefully not pitting again. and John, who has been on those hard tyres for a few laps longer than us, same with Rolly in fourth there. They're the next two cars after that, so we'll see then how these strategies play out, see if how our tyre wear is. I did feel a lot more confident on the hard tyres sort of relative to the mediums in terms of tyre wear. So I did feel like they could go the distance from here if it came to it. But yeah, we'll just have to see then how things play out. As yeah, we're expecting Top Welder to pull away quite a bit then in these initial laps on still what are relatively new medium tyres here. And yeah, by lap 18 then we were starting to close him back down again, but also Rolly then was a little bit quicker at this point as well. I'd got the gap down to less than a second. But crucially then another safety car comes out here, so yeah, that's going to have made it easier for us to get these hard tyres to the end. Not just for me, but also for Rolly there, and also for John behind us as well. So yeah, I think that did help quite a few of us there to make these tyres last. There wasn't really any kind of benefit to us pitting here. Obviously there was for Top Welder. Yeah, he can put the hard tyres on now then and go to the end. But yeah, for me and Rolly there wasn't really any kind of benefit to pitting there. Although John actually does pit there, so is using that chance to get some fresh tyres on. Safety cars in on lap 21. As at the back we saw a Red Bull there just catching up to the back of the pack, but you can see W is in fourth there, so that's Gamer Plays, who is the Red Bull at the back of the field then. So yeah, this is a crucial final 15 laps then, not just for this race but also in the championship as well. You know, big chance for both me and Rolly here to gain some big points on Gamer then in the championship, as we get ready to go racing now then. And yeah, we're back green then, and we'll see then if there's any kind of chance of holding on to this lead then down this long pit straight here. And I could see Rolly was catching up there, so I just decided to start saving the battery there, because it was like I could sort of see that like the position was going to be lost there, so I thought may as well just try and save the battery a bit. There's quite a lot of that going on in this race and also in the sprint. Just when I knew that like a position was lost, it just sort of made sense to just sort of start saving really. And even though it did look like I was sort of giving up a few times, I could sort of tell that I was either not going to make the pass or the person behind was going to pass me. So that was always what my thinking was there, in terms of, you know, starting to save in like quite a random spot. But yeah, Rolly then held the lead for a few laps, but yeah, it was sort of like a game of cat and mouse for a few laps there. But yeah, on lap 26 we got close enough again to start trying to make a move again then, and running outside into turn 4. Well, we're still side by side then. We'll have the inside line for turn 5, but it's very tight there on that inside line, so we couldn't do anything with it there, and Rolly managed to hang on and run the outside there then. But yeah, this battle then far from over, even though Rolly did manage to get ahead for a few laps here. It looks like we're very closely matched here, and we've still got very much a chance here then of retaking this then. As yet, next time round down the pit straight we managed to get it done quite comfortably then, and yeah, we'll start saving the battery once again then to try and hold this lead down towards turn 4, but obviously we will have the DRS again, so that will help us as well here. But yeah, ideally if we can, we want to get ahead and then try and just build the gap, because we know that if we don't get that second, well, the 1 second margin, then you know it just gives Rolly the chance to go after us once again then with the DRS, and that's indeed what's happening then. Next time round he's straight back through and into the lead once again. So yeah, it's just to and fro in here, and we've got to try and judge it just right then if we're gonna get ahead. I mean, we could either just like calculate it so that we're definitely the one that gets ahead on the final lap, or we've just got to try and, you know, get ahead and then just throw everything at it to pull away. And yeah, I wasn't quite sure at the time which would be the best option to do. So yeah, so just making sure I had enough battery to try and make either scenario work, if, you know, for, well, whichever way it turned out. As yeah, we were quite close there, but Rolly is just so quick there out of turn 3 that I was struggling to make the move into turn 4. So yeah, it was very much the pit straight where I was quite often making the moves. And yeah, we were getting quite close this time then, closing them in so quickly there with the DRS and the overtake there, but just not quite close enough. But we did almost bring it around the outside here then, and it sort of threw him off his line a little bit there, so this could give us a little bit more of a chance this time towards turn 4, as looks like he's going to cover the inside line here then, so we'll see if we can go down the outside, but no, we just weren't close enough on that occasion to make the move stick. So yeah, we're starting to run out of laps here, but I mean there's still plenty of opportunities I think to yeah, make the move. But yeah, it's certainly coming down to, you know, the crunch point here, and at the end of the lap then we've saved almost the full battery there, so we'll have another great chance here then to make the move if we can. And yeah, we're certainly closing in quite a lot here then, but we want to try and save a bit for turn 4 as well, as yeah, it didn't look like we were going to get close enough there, so I decided to switch to saving. And yeah, I think that was the right decision then, because we weren't quite close enough. We do have a better run this time then, down the second straight towards turn 4, and this time we will look to the inside then, see if there's a way through. And yeah, that just just makes Rolly run a little bit wide there, and that was just the chance we needed then to really take the lead. And we'll see now then if we can pull away then and try and get that 1 second margin, and you know, keep it over a second. And you know, this reminded me of a race I had many years ago on F1 2011, where I was really trying to catch this guy, and you know, he told me afterwards that he was using the KERS, as it was back then, in all like unconventional places to stop me getting the DRS. So I was having to, you know, remember that, and you know, try and do the same thing here with the ERS battery this time. I think it was working there. I was using it in, you know, the middle sector just to stop, you know, just to try and build up the gap before we got to the DRS detection point here. And I think it was working, because yeah, we had the gap over a second, even though in some other parts of the track he was able to get it back below the 1 second margin. So yeah, I think just having to start using the battery a bit unconventionally there was, you know, working to our advantage. And yeah, it's sort of funny how that race from so long ago sort of came back into my mind there, and sort of helped me a bit in this race. So yeah, we managed to make it work then, and yeah, well, we've only got half a lap to go now then, but yeah, just using the battery in that middle sector to stop him from getting the DRS down the main straight was working for us then in those final few laps. And after, you know, a crazy sprint and a crazy Grand Prix, we've managed to find ourselves at the front again then. So yeah, I really enjoyed both these races, and once again then we're going to cross the line and take the victory. So yeah, it was a great night of racing, and yeah, for me, I was very happy with how it went in particular. But I mean, you know, even if we hadn't won, you know, I'd have still enjoyed the races tonight. So yeah, the fact that we ended up winning both the sprint and the Grand Prix was, you know, just a bonus really. But yeah, some great racing then from great racing with Rolly there, certainly with JDM and John, and very briefly with Gamer in this race as well. A rare off day for them, which has certainly opened things up in the championship. But yeah, just some great racing tonight. Obviously, as I said, I don't know if there's a little bit of controversy over the sprint result, but I haven't seen any kind of stewards report over that, so I think it was fine. There were once again a number of stewards reports for this race, and well, also the sprint. So yeah, it's just the provisional results I have right now. So yeah, that's what I'll base this on, which is we took the win obviously. Rolly in second, Top Welder in third, JDM on their tier 2 debut then in fourth, Mando then recovering to fifth, which is good for them because they had, I think, a very unfortunate evening. They got caught up in start incidents in both the sprint and the Grand Prix, so yeah, it's good to see them recover to fifth there. Jim in sixth, Gamer in seventh, then had a difficult evening. I think they got caught up in a few incidents as well, and you know, I think they had some very bad timing with that safety car, so yeah, that certainly gave us a bit of an opening there with them down the field. John in eighth in the end, Liam ninth, Lolly, Tombstone, and I believe another debutant there of Monkey, who I don't believe was actually here for the sprint, but must have joined later on. But yeah, managed to nick the final point there then in 12th. So if I've worked this out right then, we are actually now in the lead of the championship. We should be on 139 points, I believe. And I think Gamer is only on 137 with their results tonight. So yeah, I believe we have moved up to the top of the Drivers' Championship with that win. and I believe Rowley in third is on 129, so it is very close then between the three of us. I do think it is still very much advantage to Gamer though. Obviously, the sprint format really, threw things up in the air this week. It was, a very out of the ordinary, event, this one. And I think when normal services resumed, I think Gamer will be very hard to beat. Obviously, we've got some other quick drivers here like Top Welder and JDM's just joined this tier as well, so obviously they could play a part. But I think once normal services resumed in the final three races, I think it's still very much advantage to Gamer there because they're the one with the pace advantage. But we've done what we can really do here. Then we've taken close to the maximum points there. We didn't get the fastest lap point, but the next closest thing there. So we've have, however briefly it is, got ourselves into the Drivers' Championship, and we just have to do the best we can in these final three races. Not sure how things look in the constructors, I haven't worked that out, but I imagine we should still be in the lead of that then, because we did have a fairly healthy margin there. So yeah, really just a bonkers two races tonight then, and I was delighted to come out with the victory in both of them then. I have said that Mexico is a track that I enjoy. It's one of my favourites on the calendar, so I was hoping for some good results here, and we got them, and two action-packed races as well to go along with it. So very enjoyable evening. Hopefully it's made for an entertaining video as well here, and we'll be back next week then with Sao Paulo. So that's a track that can always throw up a lot of carnage. So I can imagine we've got some twists and turns to come in that then, and that'll be it then from me today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.